Hello and welcome to the Playcast. Continuing on with the winter season here tonight. Got a recipe. Let's see what I got going on. Looks like Clint's got my watering can. That's what I got going on, so I can't water the dog. Got a tooth bothering me a little bit tonight. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I've got a couple that definitely need work, but I've just been putting it off. Kind of got wiped out yesterday, hauling firewood. Just put in a pretty long day, and took it a little easier today to catch up. It was kind of snow and ice and stuff all day anyway. I don't think didn't look like the roads are very good, so it was this afternoon. It was a good day to stay home and work on some things. Let's see, where am I going anyway? I guess I'm going to see if I can get my watering can back yet. I uploaded a few of these yesterday, I guess, last night. I started a new YouTube channel for basically for these playcasts, because I'm starting to accumulate quite a few subscribers for my programming stuff. And I thought, well, they probably don't want to, they don't want to get notifications of my gaming at the same time. If they do, they can subscribe to both, but I thought it probably makes more sense to split them up, so I guess I'll have to link to that on my blog in case anyone's actually wanting to watch these. My original idea was that these would be more like a podcast, and I would just talk about stuff while I play. And I've kind of done that. I'm not that big a talker, and I don't always have something to talk about, so it hasn't quite gone that way, but let's see here. keep thinking maybe I'll get back. Yeah, we're at 8. I keep thinking maybe I'll get back to doing more of that. But I don't know if you're not, if you don't feel like talking or you don't have anything to talk about. I guess people who talk for a living on the radio or whatever, they just get to where you get trained to, and you have the practice, and you get to where you just do it. But I suppose it's like anything else. I mean, it seems that you think, well, anybody could do a podcast. You just turn on a microphone and talk. And, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's going to be any good. It doesn't mean anybody's going to want to listen to it. And it doesn't mean you're actually, it's, unless you're just a chatty sort, actually just sitting and talking and keeping to a topic or thinking of enough to say to talk for an hour or two isn't necessarily that easy a thing. It's pretty much just like writing. You could say, well, just sit down and write whatever comes to your mind. Well, sometimes when you decide to do that, nothing does come to your mind. I know Piers Anthony's an author who I read his autobiography a long time ago, and he said, well, when he'd be writing, if he got distracted by some other thought, he would just write that. He'd put it in brackets. He was this is back when he was writing longhand on paper. I don't know, 40 years ago or so probably. And he said, well, if he got thinking about something else, he'd just write about that. And then sometimes that other idea would end up becoming useful, becoming a book or a story or something. I gotta let Guy back out. And I think that's a pretty good idea. And on the computer, it's easier to do. You have a side thought. You just pop up another document, or in org mode, pop up a capture buffer, type it in, and then, like he said, once he was finished with that thought, he'd close the brackets and go back to whatever he was working on. I think the thing is, though, it's not always that you're distracted by another thought. Sometimes it's just that the thing you're thinking about or working on just stalls, and you're still thinking about that. You're just not coming up with anything. And I guess he might say, well, then write about that. Write about the writer's block you're having, or whatever you want to call it. But so anyway, to bring it back to the topic, now I'm wandering off. That's the thing, you do a podcast, like, okay, well, it's fine to say, well, just talk about whatever comes to mind, but is that really the goal, or or are you trying to actually say something? I don't know if some people are entertaining enough or interesting enough that maybe maybe they would be worth listening to, even if they just ramble. Owen Benjamin, I think, is probably kind of that way. He's a comedian, and he's he does a podcast now that's pretty I don't want to say scattered, but because he starts with a topic, but he goes off on a lot of tangents. And I guess I shouldn't say it's a podcast. I think it's a stream, but same difference if you download them later, like I do. Am I getting caught on here? There. You get stuff hidden behind a bush. You get caught on it. Can't tell what it is. Don't know which tool to use to get it. But like I say, he's a comedian, so I'm sure he's done what do they call it? Ad-lib stuff. I can't think of the word. Starts with an I. Improv. I'm sure he's done improv stuff, so he's had experience with, coming up with what to talk about on the fly, and so he wanders quite a bit, but I don't think the people who listen to him mind that at all, because he's entertaining, and I think he always does get back to the point at some point. But that's the thing. He has a topic. He does have some sort of plan about what he's going to talk about. He's not just sitting down in front of a microphone and then saying and waiting to see what comes to mind. So there does have to be some. I think there has to be some planning go into it, unless you're just really, really good at making it up as you go. Which I am not, for sure. So a lot of times it's just a struggle to keep talking. Or you can talk about the game and just describe what you're doing, but I can't imagine that's all that fascinating either. But anyway, that's, like I say, I don't really have a purpose for these so much as I thought I might. I thought if I did them for a while, I would find a purpose, find a purpose for them. That it could develop into something, I just didn't know what. And maybe it will. I would say I feel more comfortable at it than I did at the beginning. Better at thinking of things to talk about, because really when I started this one tonight, I was like, do I even want to do this? I don't really feel like talking. My tooth's bugging me a little bit, and like I'm tired. I could just crash early. And I thought, I'll think of something. So here I am talking about not being able to think of anything. I could talk about cutting firewood. I did use my new goggles yesterday, and they helped. I still kind of hate wearing any glasses or anything on my eyes, really, but I did find that they're not as bad as I thought they would be. Goggles, I was thinking of goggles like we used to have to wear, like in shop class, in school 30 some years ago. Kind of square things that really cut off your vision quite a bit. And these were just, I don't have anything for in there. these things were just $3.50, but they kind of wrapped around your face, and see, I already got those. They kind of wrapped around my face so that I still had good vision, in all directions. So that was cool. The downside was, I mean, they were fine while I was cutting, and then once I stopped cutting and was loading up, I started sweating. Sweat started running down into them, and then it was kind of like, okay, this isn't working. So I had to take them off, which is okay. I suppose I don't need them as much then as I do while I'm cutting, but I do get a surprising amount of stuff in my eyes just picking up firewood, just because the sawdust kind of blows around and stuff. And you're throwing it in the truck, and sometimes little pieces will fly up or whatever. Oh, we're gonna hang out drinking beer with Shane and complain about his life. Guy's sitting outside the window barking. I don't know if he's wanting in or not. I just let him out a minute ago. Can't tell if he wants in or just making noise. I'll let him in a second. I didn't accomplish much on this particular day, did I? Guess it's never too late to water the dog. There we go. What was I thinking? I can't think. Alright, so you know what? I'm gonna run to town and check the calendar. I think I can get there and back in time. You can buy a calendar for your house. I forget how much it costs, but I think you get it from... Actually, I'm not sure if you get it from Robin or from the store. Maybe both. Okay, so the winter night market thing starts Sunday. Alright, that's what I was wondering about. Or maybe that's Monday. I think they use like the calendar starts on Monday, I guess. Alright. So if I have 20,000 tomorrow, I could upgrade my coop, I think. I think that'd be enough. Yeah, starts tomorrow. The night market's kind of cool because it doesn't, it's not like the daily festivals where the town shuts down for the day. It just happens after 5, and people go to it. Different people go to it each day, and so it doesn't interfere with anything else other than I don't think you can catch fish in the ocean on those days. At least I wasn't having any luck doing it one time. I need that little little brown one to lay me a brown egg, so I can take it to the community center. I need a brown egg and a big goat milk. Yeah, I took a duck egg already. Okay. Need a big brown egg, so I won't get a big one right away. There's the big goat milk. This, the one module I use, or mod, is called, I don't remember what it's called. It's animal husbandry, maybe, or something like that. But anyway, that's what's putting the little balloons over the animals to say whether they need, or to say what they need. It's pretty indispensable once you've had it. Alright, so I want to take, or I want to just leave that, I guess. So, what should I do today? I guess I should go to the mines. I don't really have any other plan. If I don't have anything else to do, it's either mining or fishing. Oh wait, I was gonna buy I was gonna upgrade my coop, wasn't I? So I'll take that stuff to upgrade the coop along the way. I don't want to accidentally bomb myself. I won't get to the mines as early because of that, but that's okay. Actually, I should still go the way I go, so that my horse will be here when I come back. It's too bad your horse can't ride the carts. Alright, gotta kill time till 9 o'clock. I guess I could have brought my goat milk. I'm gonna have my inventory half full by the time it's getting close to 9. I'm wasting time. I've got a video to do for tomorrow, which I talked to her for some reason. Deluxe, yeah, the barn's 25,000. Okay, the deluxe coop, a deluxe coop in the sky. Where's that from? I know where it's from. Anyway. You know, I decided and said on my blog and everything that I would turn out a video every Monday. In the last couple weeks, I've done it on the weekend and turned it out early just because that's when I felt like doing it and had the time and everything. But this time I didn't, just because I wasn't really feeling up to it today. And so I'll have to do it in the morning, which was kind of my original plan. Although you never know about a Monday if there's going to be stuff I got to do. But there'll be time to slip it in somewhere during the day. I did already work out what it's going to be about, so it's not. It's just a matter of doing it. You almost never get anything out of these crystal thingies, but it's free to crack them because you can do it with your sword, which doesn't cost any energy. So it's like, well, you might as well. Once in a while, if you do get something, you can get something pretty good, like a diamond or something like that. They will turn out some pretty good treasure if they turn out anything at all. So I generally bust them as long as I don't have to go too far out of my way to get to them. Bat's coming. I didn't eat my plate for the bonus. There's really no point in hanging around killing bats since I've already got the bat reward, the bat killing reward of the vampire ring. So it's like, well, other than a few experience points, there's not much to get for it. Slimes, on the other hand, I'm still nowhere near the goal on those. And you get a really nice reward for that. You get a ring that makes you immune to slime damage. I don't really want to rush through these levels. I mean, I'm not trying to get to the bottom of anywhere. I'm just collecting stuff, so I don't really need immediate staircases. In fact, it might make as much sense to just crack all the rocks. Although, well, nah, it probably makes more sense to keep moving down and looking for iron deposits. That's probably more valuable. Iron deposits and gemstone rocks. That's probably more valuable than just cracking random rocks. I forgot to check while I was at Robin's whether she's the one that sells the calendar or not. Oh well. I saw somebody, speaking of my programming videos, I saw someone posted on one of the Commodore Reddit groups, might have been the C64 group, posted a link to a site that's selling instructional videos. Theirs are each like 5 minutes long. I don't know how much they're able to cover in 5 minutes because I wasn't buying. I was just curious about them. But I forget how many they were selling, like a series of 9 for $12 or something like that. And pretty sure it was 5 minutes per video, I think. Although that seems ridiculously short. But the site was very professionally done, and I would imagine the videos are too, at least compared to mine. Mine are about as unprofessionally done as you can get. Just raw, you know. Just basically me programming in real time. There's no editing, no anything, just that's it. So and mine are long, so it's basically the opposite of what I'm doing, but I thought it was interesting that they're actually selling them, and I assume they're selling some, or you know, probably wouldn't still be there. Stop jumping through me. But anyway, I thought that was pretty heartening to think that there's enough interest out there that that either somebody is selling them or is trying to sell instructional videos on the topic. Now, mine might not be as appealing to as many people, but still, I thought that was pretty good to see. Figure there's enough room for multiple people doing it in different ways. And like I say, the way I'm doing is certainly different from what they're doing. Weird, right from one monster level to another, or almost to another. I guess I did go through the one stairway level, but come on, once. Sheesh. Every time I don't quite get close enough, and he's able to just jump right through me. Doesn't matter where my sword is, just goes through me regardless. That's Read the secret note. Ah, that's that one. I don't think there's any real purpose in that one. It's just kind of a funny thing. Let's see, what does it say? Is that number 12? Which number it was? There it is. What time is that on the clock? I guess it's like 12:40. I'd have time to get there by then, I think. If my way down isn't too far away. My trusty steed. Well, I don't know if I can get there by 12:40 or not. It's already 12:30. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Yeah, got him. Anyway, it's Lewis and Marnie fooling around behind a bush, and you spook them and they run off. I don't think it means anything or does anything. Just attack her with my sword. A handsome young man to bring me walleye. I could do that. I think I have walleye. And I'll save the dwarf scrolls for the dwarf, I guess. I still haven't really befriended him yet. I think Guy actually wants back in this time. Go let him in a second here. I'll take an intermission to do that. Oh, there it is. Drop those off and then get to bed before it's too late. Alright, I'm going to pause here to let Guy in and get a drink, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Guy seems to be having trouble deciding whether he wants to be in or out tonight. He wants to be in because it's nasty out there, but I think he hears stuff going on outside. Neighbor's dog's barking or something. So he's torn. Let's see, I guess I should take my geodes to town. was talking about my... Oh, I was talking about my programming videos. I was thinking about setting up a Patreon for them as a way to try to monetize them a bit. But, let's see. What have I sold eggs-wise? What am I doing? There's what I want to look at. Eggs-wise, I've sold a plain... Well, I've sold both sizes of white egg. I haven't sold a duck egg yet. I think that's the duck egg right there. No. That's the brown egg. That's the large brown egg. Maybe the duck egg's on the other page. That might be it, or that might be something else. Anyway, I haven't sold a duck egg yet either, so let's get this spread out first. Get out of the way, chicken. You can't just boot them out of the way like in real life. Alright, so I need to sell those two. That'd be fine. Might as well sell this stuff too. There'll be more. Oops. It's kind of funny. The cow gives milk every day. The goat gives milk every other day, which it makes no sense. The goats give milk every day, just like cows do. But that's just how the game works. But then the other funny thing is sheep give wool every 3 days, which in real life it's more like twice a year. So the math doesn't quite work, but it works for the game. Okay. We're off to see the wizard. Actually, we're not off to see the wizard. We're off to see Clint and his geode cracking hammer. Oh, I was saying, I was thinking about setting up a Patreon for my programming series, but Patreon has been kind of iffy lately, it seems like. Well, the night market starts today, okay. There's been stories of people about slow payments, and of course they've been cracking down more on politically incorrect individuals, which is not exactly anything new, but they've been getting worse about it. Which that wouldn't affect mine directly as far as the videos themselves go. It could indirectly if they see that I'm connected to particular people that they don't like. But okay, there's the catalog. Must be Robin that has the calendar. Well, she's not open on Mondays, I don't believe, so I'll have to see about that another time. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting anything really, so I guess if I could go ahead and use Patreon, and then if I don't, if I don't get anything because Patreon goes under, would be similar to not getting anything because nobody wants to pay for it, which I could see either one happening. It's kind of like, nothing to lose because I'm not expecting anything. The nice thing about it is it's kind of, a lot of people are already tied into it and they're already used to throwing a few bucks at the content producers that they like through that system. Plus it gives you a way to communicate with people and stuff, whereas you can stick a PayPal donation button on your site and it doesn't give you any of that. It's just strictly a way for people to send you money. So it'd be nice to use it. I just don't know how much longer it's going to be a viable solution. I like to keep the gemstones sorted from the artifacts for no particular reason. You don't have to or anything. It's just, I just do it. Let's see, Penny wasn't there, was she? No. Okay. So anyway, I might set that up soon and see how it goes. I don't really know much about it, how you go about it, what you have to do. Let her finish talking. Good day to visit people before I go into the winter thing. God, you're in my way. Pretty sure Robin's not open today, but I'm gonna, as long as I'm wandering around visiting people, I'm gonna go find out. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think I'm at 2. Nah, not good enough friends yet. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He's gonna come in and visit on a day she's not open. Weird. Probably not. No, I'm not good enough friends with Harvey either. Been neglecting the friendship part of the game. Oh hell, I was supposed to bring Haley a walleye. I guess I got time to go get that. That should be a fairly valuable thing to do. Yeah, 315. I know it's more than you get if you sell it normally. Anytime you fetch something for somebody, you get, I don't know what the multiplier is, but you get some. It's more than what you would get selling it at the box. There it is. It's even a gold one. It's still here. Move somewhere warmer. Let's just make sure. Yeah, Haley, walleye. Okay. Because I have a feeling if she didn't want a walleye, she would probably hate that. It's probably not something that is normally one of her preferred gifts. But when it picks out fetch quests, that's a different story. So the night market won't be going on yet, which I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure while the night market is here, for the 3 days it's here, I don't think you can find anything on the beach. And I don't think you can catch any fish here. I'm surprised that I had enough friendship with him to get in there. That was weird. So anyway, I guess I can go in and say hi to Willie. I don't need anything from him. Come back at, yeah. So I gotta wait till 5. And the funny thing is, I've got those crab pots right here. I've got like 2 crab pots and a recycler and a chest, and I think they might have a bait machine all right here. A worm bin, I should call it. And then when the night market's here, they're just gone. And then they come back. So that apparently is because this is actually a different map. That just mostly looks like the other map, except for the night market stuff, and it just swaps in the different map. And I think that's also why you can't catch any fish, is there aren't any fish on this map. Sure, why not? You got this guy sells decorations. Got this guy sells a painting. Got the market cart guy, who's just selling his random stuff as usual. You got this thing which sells seeds from each season plus a few other decorative things. Guys, hi, Penny. Not sure what that means. And then we go to the mermaid show. Now, the way this works, there's a 15423. So you've got to hit these things. 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. But I guess you have to wait until after the show is over, because it doesn't seem like anything happens if I do it now. Then you get this show. Blah, 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 but you can't skip. Okay, so now, 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. No, it still won't let me do it. I guess the show's still going. Okay, she waves goodbye. Now, 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. Maybe it's just right click. Oh, there we go. 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. That's a Indian way to pearl, which is kind of cool. You can only get it the one time. Oh. Got people over here. And then we have the submarine thingy. Gotta let Guy back out. Like I said, he can't decide what he wants. Barks at the door and then doesn't want out. Alright, so now we can fish on the bottom of the sea. Which you can actually catch another pearl down here, but the chances are slim. It's like 1%. But there's like 3 weird fish down here that you can catch. I think you can catch an octopus down here too, which is tough. Now the super cucumber isn't one of the weird ones, it's just a normal weird one. You can catch like there's 3 weird ones, and then the cucumbers, and then an octopus, or a pearl, or just the algae junk, seaweed, I should say. That didn't last very long. I should have bought some trout soup from Willie. There's one, a midnight squid. It's interesting, you get a reward from Willie when you catch all the fish. When you've caught all the fish, I think except the legendary fish. I don't think they count toward the total, but the interesting thing is, since they added these 3 weird fish for the night market, I don't think they changed the total number of fish you have to catch, and so the bottom line is you can, now it's like you have to catch 50 out of 53 fish instead of 50 out of 50. Something like that. Whatever the number is. You don't quite have to catch them all now because it's just looking for a certain number total. And now there's 3 more possible total. And there's the other one, the spookfish. So I've caught all 3. Now if I could just catch an octopus or a pearl, and complete the set. Octopus is pretty tough. I don't know if I could catch it without like a dish of the sea to boost my fishing skill, because it's just pretty tough. Those bubbles go away quick. Or at least they have. Well, there they are back. That went up fast wherever this is. Faked me out. Well, probably the last one. Come on. I think, because it takes a little while to get back to the surface, but if you open your inventory, it stops time while it's doing it. Because it takes a little while to get home from the beach. I've already spoken. It's just kind of cool to have that event that the people kind of go to as a, separate from their regular schedule. Unlike the festivals where you go and everybody's just there and it's kind of self-contained. With this deal, it's more like it's part of the daily goings on. Let's see. I don't know if there's really much reason to keep these fish rather than sell them. I don't think I'll ever get asked for one. Caught some artifacts, but none of them new. Nothing new. Coffee is one thing that's kind of, I mean, it's useful, but it's too annoying to really use. It doesn't last long. So to get the benefit, it speeds you up a little is what it does, but to get the benefit from it, damn it, I forgot to check my recipe again yesterday. To get the benefit from it, you gotta keep drinking a cup every few minutes. And that's just aggravating. What am I checking the weather for? It's winter time, there is no weather. That's a good day. 10,000. Alright, last day for tonight, I think. If I'm going to keep to 4-day chunks, I might as well. If I'm going to play a lot one night, I'll just play 8 days and break it into 2. The 4-day schedule seems to be working. Hey, my coop is done. That means I can buy a rabbit. But I can't buy it today because she's not open today. I have to buy it tomorrow. No large brown egg yet. That's what I need to complete the animal bundle, is a large brown egg. Let's check in here. Nothing special. Let's see, I think my, what's the word I'm looking for? My kegs are almost out of stuff to do. Take some of this in there for them. Actually, what have I sold so far milk-wise? I've sold a large milk, but not a small milk. And a small goat milk, but not a large goat milk. Okay. So I've sold a small goat milk, alright. Let's put the honey up front to get some mead started here soon. After the hops and the wheat are taken care of. The way the math works out on this stuff, your best bet really is to process your extra vegetables into pickles, and process your fruit over here in the kegs into wine. Because you get a better return from the fruit here, and I think you get better return from vegetables there too, but unless you have so many kegs that they can process everything, you're going to have to put something through your pickle jars, and you get a better deal on the vegetables there than you do for fruit. So the only exceptions to that are the hops and the wheat. Hops and wheat definitely should always go into your kegs, because they get, not only do they make more money that way, but they get processed faster than anything else. They go through pretty quick. What did I come out here to look at? Maybe I was grabbing a dwarf scroll for the dwarf. I'm not sure what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking about. Well, should I go mining or should I go fishing? Or I guess because of the night market still being here, I don't want to get tied up in something all day. I want to be flexible to go to the market again tonight and fish more for octopus and pearls. Because that's the only time you can get down into the, the bottom of the sea for those special fish. Now, octopus you can also catch just ordinarily in the ocean, although I think they have a pretty limited season. I know one thing I wanted to do was go to the bar, which doesn't open till noon, so I can't do that right away, but I wanted to go to the bar and see what recipes he's got that you can buy, because the wizard wants a topaz. And now we will be off to see the wizard. I was talking the other day about how I might try to find an intern to help with some computer projects. And then I was cutting firewood, and I thought, if I could get an intern to haul firewood, that would be that'd be even better. But I don't suppose there'd be too many takers on that deal. Like, hey, would you like to haul firewood for the pleasure of learning how to haul firewood? And that's basically how an intern works, right? Is you do the thing to learn, or you do the work for the sake of learning how to do the work. It's like, well, if you help me haul firewood, you'll learn how to haul firewood. That probably wouldn't go over. Okay, just be a dick. Give him my money. Let's see what they got for hats. They got the plain good old cap. This is basically you get the opportunity to buy all these based on something, based on doing different things. I don't know what particular things it took to get them, but others will show up as you earn them. Alright, gonna run to the bar. Mostly I'm wondering is if I can buy the hash browns recipe, because if I can, then I can make something for Gunther. If I had the hash browns recipe, then I could make the dish of the sea, which is the best thing for a fishing bonus. It's a +3 fishing bonus. That would be a big help. Whereas the trout soup is only a +1. It's just not that big a difference. Come back here, Debbie. Hey, look at that. Good thing I asked. So now I can go home and make some dish of the sea recipes, and then I'll be ready to fish. Ready to do some serious fishing. Let's see, do I have potatoes in here? I do. Okay. So I can make... Oh, I don't have oil. Crap. I'm going to have to go to the store and buy oil because I haven't built it. Wait a second. What do I need to make oil with? Slime, hardwood, and gold bar. There's the slimes, there's the hardwood, and the gold bar. So now the question is going to be, okay, what am I going to be putting in this thing? I guess you get oil out of either truffles or sunflowers. Is it sunflowers or sunflower seeds? Or maybe corn? Maybe you can get corn oil? Hell, I don't remember. I guess I'll try both. I'll try corn and then I'll try sunflowers. So let's plant it here. Yay, it's making corn oil. Okay. I'll let it use the corn then, because I've got more of that than I do sunflowers. Although corn has another purpose, you can turn it into tortillas, so maybe it makes more sense to use the sunflowers. I don't know. I already took care of them. Alright. Well, I don't know how long this is going to take. I guess maybe I'll have to do without for today. And then I'll have it for tomorrow. There's one more day of night market coming up tomorrow. For now, I gotta take this scapular thing to Gunther. Stop and see my sweetie. Well, that got me a big nothing. Oh well. One more thing on the pile. Check the collections for that. I've still got quite a few things to find. And then gemstones, still got a few of them to find too. I thought I'd found that one by now, I guess not. Hope I didn't accidentally sell one that I still needed. Zero. I think the dwarf is one of the people in town that isn't affected by events that drive your hearts up with everyone. There's certain things like having a good soup at the luau in the summer gives you friendship points with everyone except like the dwarf and the wizard for some reason. I don't know why I'm going over this. There's nothing to find. Nothing to find on the beach during the night market. I don't know what happens if you dig, if you can find anything digging or not. Let's find out. Yep, I guess you can. I'll try to get in there as soon as possible. Oh, I should have gone and bought trout soup from Willie. Darn it. I was reading some technical manuals on the Commodore today. There's one thing I wanted to find out is about color RAM. I won't get into it real deep here, but basically I knew from a couple things I'd read that you could switch where the color RAM is, which bank of RAM the color RAM is located in. But when I read about when I tried it, first of all, it didn't work, and the more I read about it, it was just sort of confusing and just wasn't really sure how it was supposed to work. And then I finally, one book called Computes Mapping the 128 finally laid it out, and like, oh, there is actually two separate color RAM chips here, wired in as two different banks, and you're choosing between them, and that's completely separate from the main RAM in the computer. Like, okay, now it all makes sense. But it took probably a couple hours of reading different sources, and even an article online about it, an old one that I found, to finally figure out what's actually going on there. A lot of stuff is based on the Commodore 64 because that's what was the most popular, and that's what a lot of people learned. And a lot of stuff on the 128 is basically just copied from the 64, but that particular thing is completely different. And so you try to find information on it, and a lot of what you find, I think, is based on the idea that, well, it probably just works like the 64 does. Like, no, it's actually completely different. So it was interesting. It might be something to make a video. Well, I'm sure it's going to be something to make a video on at some point. I just don't know exactly what I'm going to use it to do. It basically means you can switch from one color arrangement to another instantly without having to copy a whole color palette into place. There was just some kind of chime there. I'm not sure why. If I just like went up a level or what happened there. But anyway, it basically means you can instantly switch the way the colors are laid out on the screen. I just don't know what I'm going to use that for. I've been thinking about my next game project, or at least my ultimate game project, the one I'm working up to, and I'm still thinking probably in terms of some, like an RPG, something along the lines of Ultima 4. That's kind of my ultimate goal. I'm not ready to do something like that yet, but maybe start planning it out. and do a couple of simpler things in the meantime. Get the worm game finished and then try to do something. I don't know, I think my next one needs to use sprites and more interesting graphical stuff. And maybe some sound too. The worm game is pretty basic looking and of course has no sound at all at this point. And I'm not sure if it will. I might just move on to something else and say let's do sound with for a more interesting game. Oh, that chime's coming from my web browser or something. One of the windows I have open must have something going on. That's alright. It'll keep whatever it is. Getting a little low on bait. I'm gonna have to remember to load up on bait next time I'm home. About worn out. Catching a lot of blobfish. No octopus. Going back up. Talk to the people. Sure, I'll take another free cup of coffee. I think you can actually just stand here and collect cups of coffee all night. Don't know if it's worth the trouble. Clump, 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 clump. Ride through the people on a horse. Yeah. See what do we got here? Summer seeds. I don't think there's any. I guess the benefit is you can go ahead and buy them now out of season and be planning your planting. Thing is, I've got a seed maker now, and so I'll be making my own seeds. Don't need that. Unless they carry the thing that wasn't available until year 2, but I can't think what that is, and whatever it is, I don't see it there. So that must not be the case. I suppose those seeds don't actually become, you know, sort of like part of the game until, let's get that, until year 2. I think they actually enter the game, so to speak, in year 2. They just don't exist yet. I think that chest down there would actually be a good place to keep these weird fish, because I don't think anybody's going to ask for them in a quest or anything, so they'll be fine out down here out of the way. Let's keep the better ones anyway. Come on, horse. Let's see, I haven't sold a cave carrot yet. That's garlic, I haven't sold one of them yet. Really haven't sold most of the vegetables yet. Those are all forages. I haven't sold an iron or coal or an iridium. Let's see. Do a little housekeeping here. Catching up on my collections. Okay, so I've sold a bean, cauliflower, and a potato, a wheat, and a radish. Those are the only vegetables I've sold. So, let's get a corn. Let's get one of those things. One of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. Figure might as well sell the gold ones that make the most money. Pepper. I think that was one of everything. What else we got in here? Parsnip. I think I'd sold a potato, but not a kale. How about flowers? Let's see, I've sold all this. Those are all the spring forages, so got all those covered. There's the summer forages and the fall and winter. But no flowers, really. None of the flowers you can grow. I don't see a sunflower there anywhere. So let's try to gather them up. Let's take one poppy, one summer thing, one fairy rose, one jazz. How about mushrooms? Sold a chanterelle. And a red and a blue, or purple they call it, and a common, but not a morel, apparently. I don't know where the morel is, but I don't see one having been sold. So let's grab that. Actually, if I only have one, if I only have one gold of something, I figure I better save it just in case someone asks for one. Because I think you get more. Actually, I don't know. I think you can get more points for something, more friendship points. I'm not sure if that applies on the board or not for fetch quests, or if that's just gifts. I'm just not sure about that. Okay, well, we'll see what it looks like. We'll see what the collections thing looks like tomorrow, so. Let me see, is this, no. Okay. Oh, oil. Is that oil done? No. Okay. Well, maybe there will be by tomorrow. So that is the 16th. That's going to do it for tonight. So I will be back to pick it up again in another day or two. So wish you good night, and thank you for watching.